We begin tonight with the heartbreaking concert tragedy in Houston and the desperate hunt for answers.
Breaking news, tragedy at a music festival in Houston.
Authorities launching a criminal investigation to find out what went wrong at the Astroworld Music Festival.
At least 8 people have died and many more injured after a crowd rushed toward the stage at the Astroworld Festival last night.
The mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, said the city had more security at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival on Friday than it did during the World Series.
An estimated 50,000 people at the sold-out event, the crowd pushing forward during the performance by rapper Travis Scott.
But they are doing a thorough review and investigation into the event.
People began to fall out, become unconscious, and it created additional panic.
It's not uncommon to see a lot of crowding and raging or complete wild behavior at a Travis Scott show.
Houston's fire chief says the surge by festival goers sparked chaos in the crowd of 50,000 people and completely overwhelmed medical personnel.
Travis Scott's whole aesthetic is about rebellion. The shows have a lot of raging. With the death of punk rock, hip-hop has indeed adopted and patterned the new generation of mosh pits.
One survivor describing how he was pushed off his feet by the crush of people. 8 victims now confirmed to have, and the youngest was only 14, the oldest 27.
And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person.
The friends we spoke to tonight say within Travis Scott's first song that he performed, they realized they needed to get out. They needed to leave the Astroworld Festival. They consider themselves survivors.
It just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real.
I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
It's JustinDiego back with another Bingeworthy video, and honestly y'all, I don't usually get to dive too deep into pop culture drama here on my channel, but I could not look away from this train wreck, and I wanted to use my skills to paint the full picture so that you guys don't have to sort through all of the hashtags about Travis Scott's crazy Astroworld Festival on your own.
America, I tried my best.
Now, before we dive too crazy into this story, go ahead and like this video, click that subscribe button, and you already know you want to hit that bell button so you officially join me and my binge watchers and are first to get updates about binge-worthy videos like this.
Stop for a minute.
Y'all, this whole situation is a mess. Initially, when I heard about everything popping off over the weekend on social media, I was so shaken up. And then it felt so weird even looking into what went down at this Astroworld Festival because I am not a Travis Scott fan. I mean, I don't dislike him or anything, I just never really learned much about him other than the fact that he's an international pop / hip hop star, and I know that he had that meal at McDonald's a couple of months ago, but of course we all know that his baby mama is Kylie Jenner, so basically Travis is family. And speaking of his baby mama, Kylie Jenner was taking a lot of heat over the weekend after fans were feeling some type of way about her posting on the gram from her VIP section with optimal space and her being able to breathe while looking at people literally suffering right in front of her. She quickly removed that Instagram story and posted this statement to try and get some of that heat off her back, saying, "Travis and I are broken and devastated. My thoughts and prayers are with all who lost their lives, were injured or affected in any way by yesterday's events. And also for Travis, who I know cares so deeply for his fans and the Houston community. I want to make it clear that we weren't aware of anything until the news came out after the show. And in no world will we have continued filming or performing. Even still, this rubbed fans the wrong way because it's not really the baby mama's place to address Travis Scott's fans, and people felt like they were both so disconnected from the reality of what was really happening that they were really doing more damage control rather than actually taking the time to understand and to show that they truly care about the injured guest. Shortly after, Travis Scott released his own statement on his Instagram stories.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and help them get the help they need, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. I love you all.
Fans were also not feeling this video either and had a problem with Travis Scott coming off inauthentic, and honestly, a lot of us were just weirded out by the way that Travis was touching all over his face, and it seemed like he was trying so hard to mess with his eyes so much that a tear would finally just fall out and he could just say that he was emotional. Meanwhile, rapper Roddy Ricch, who was also a part of the festival, almost immediately showed sympathy, and it was well received because he posted on Instagram that he would be donating all of his net profits to the families of those that were lost. And this was a huge deal because it was the first real indicator that someone was really concerned about making things right. This is where things started to get even more serious, with Astroworld Festival making the official announcement about canceling the rest of the festival in a new statement posted to their own Instagram account, as everyone started pointing fingers and looking for someone to blame. That night, police launched a criminal investigation looking into even more foul play after reports of several people going into cardiac arrest seemed to be connected to a report of one security guard being injected with some sort of drug that took that guard out temporarily. Now, officers started wondering if this was also the cause of people passing out and even more health incidents that were starting to happen at this festival. Less than 24 hours after the abrupt ending of the Astroworld Festival, the lawsuits started pouring in, and at the time of me working on this video, there were more than a dozen lawsuits against Travis Scott and the organizers of Astroworld Festival after 8 people lost their life and dozens were injured following this crowd surge.
A law firm that says it's representing one of the people who was trampled has filed this lawsuit, and they say that they will ask Harris County authorities to lock down the scene where this incident happened to preserve any evidence that may exist, with perhaps a foreshadow of what is to come as families here begin to grieve.
And I know there are a lot of people calling for Travis Scott to be arrested or pointing their fingers trying to blame him for everything. For something like this to go down on your watch, that has to suck as well. This is just a horrible situation all around, and I really think it comes down to asking the question, could Travis Scott have done more? Is it even the artist's job to oversee security at all? And legally, at the end of the day, who has to make this right? People are particularly upset that Travis Scott did not stop the concert sooner before things escalated. He says in his apology video that he had no idea that the incident had escalated as much as it did, and Kylie—
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on, turn the lights on. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up.
And Kylie also claims that she was in the dark about the severity of the situation. But this creepy video of Travis Scott singing this weird tune as this fan's lifeless body is being removed by paramedics tells quite a different story.
Did you hear that?
After that, Travis continued the concert and asked the crowd to go even harder because he wanted to, quote, make the earth shake.
Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me, let's go. I wanna make this motherfucking ground shake, damn it. Whoa.
Yeah, this is extremely problematic.
One of the things apparently he said from the stage this time is, he wanted to see the ground shake with the crowd there. I guess it depends on what he meant by that, right?
The biggest issue that night was the fact that it was way too many people there in the first place, and people really had a serious problem breathing. Y'all, I cannot even imagine that after everything that we've gone through these last 2 years, people are faced with this?
What do you eat? No, baby. Yo.
Taser, somebody got tased.
Again, y'all, this story is just so wild, and I feel like I could talk all day about everything that went down at this Astroworld Festival, but I feel like you guys might be tired of hearing me talk about it for right now, so maybe I should do a part 2. If you would like to hear me take a deeper dive and look at all of the red flags with security,
Do y'all get paid to do that or what? I wanna know.
Travis Scott's resurfaced problematic past inciting these surges,
Come on.
comment right now and let me know. Also, be sure to like this video and share it so YouTube knows that this video deserves to be a part of the conversation about Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival.
They ruined Astrofest or Astroworld Fest. The first time it was something like, you go and you just have nothing but fun time, like fun stories to tell. And this time you barely make it out alive.
Thanks again for watching this video all the way to the end. I know that it's been a long one and there's been so much that we unpacked, but I appreciate you guys for sticking it through, and I will see y'all on the next one.
Oh my, travel down this yellow brick road for an ounce of gold. The Wizard of Five.